Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and what I got for you today is a neat quadcopter. This is the Wizard X220S Racer, FPV Racer from Eachine. Neat new upgrade to the very popular Wizard X220. Well, what do we got on this one? Let's go over it. First off, I'll put down its transmitter that comes with it, and we'll start with the quadcopter itself. We'll start from the back and work our way to the front. It comes with a Pagoda II antenna. What is a Pagoda II antenna? How is it different than a circular polarized antenna? Well, it is also a polarized system. What the advantage of this over the other mushroom antennas, the circular polarized antennas, is that this uses printed circuit boards. It's easier to produce, usually should be cheaper to produce than the circular polarized antennas. And one other thing, it provides a better omnidirectional transmission around this antenna than the circular polarized. Somewhat better, a little bit better. Don't expect increased range from this. The advantage of the antenna of this antenna is to allow yanking and banking, severe yanking and banking, and to give you good transmission reception or transmission from the FPV system, no matter what orientation the quadcopter is in. It's more spherical transmission instead of donut shape with other types of antennas. So that's the advantage of a circular polarized antenna, and also of a Pagoda antenna. It's more spherical than a circular polarized antenna, the transmission. Let's go into the transmitter itself. The transmitter is encased in there, and to get at it, to change its channels, you have to remove either the top here or the Velcro straps on here to be able to change the channels. But it is a very good transmitter. It's 20, 25, 200, and 600 milliwatt selectable in there. I got mine set to 200 milliwatt. It's 72 channel transmitter. So there's lots of channels on that. So the other part of the system is the FPV antenna. The FPV camera, which is an 800 TVL camera. Very nice camera on this thing too, up front here. So all in all, a good FPV system. Okay, let's go into the flight control board. The flight control board is located there. It is an Omnibus, Omnibus F4 flight control board, loaded up with Betaflight 3.1.7. One thing about it, I was looking for its micro USB port. It took me close to an hour to find this thing. It was covered. It has a little rubber cover over it to protect it from dirt. I just removed mine. I'll use air if dirt gets in there. But it was very hard to find there because it was very well camouflaged. It also got a SD card slot for data logging. It's not for recording video, folks. It's for data logging the information off of the the flight control board. The ESCs that are in here are 401 Dshot 600 ESCs, 30 amp ESCs, so plenty of power available. And you do get a 4S battery with it, so you do get plenty of, you do have the potential for a lot of oomph. In fact, I think this thing can take a 5S battery, so that would be even better. The motors that you get with this are 2300, 2206, 2300 kV motors, so we've got plenty of power there. And on top of that, you got these 5501 propellers that really bite into the air, should give it a lot of oomph when needed. And if I missed anything that I'm talking about here yet, no. Oh yeah, one other thing. This comes with OSD, on-screen display. So you'll be able to see your flight control parameters on your FPV monitor. Now, there were some gotchas that got me there while I was setting this thing up, that I got to mention because, beginners or, this is not a very expensive quadcopter, and that's going to make a lot of beginners try to buy this and try to fly this, and I wouldn't recommend this for beginners because there was a lot of gotchas, especially with this first release of this. I guess they'll iron out some of these, namely fiberglass / carbon fiber arms on this. They're going to be upgrading those, but to manually change those would be a pain in the butt, in my opinion. But the things that we're going to be getting that turned me off were, let's go over the transmitter. That's the first thing off. The first group of the first 500 of these that are being sold are being supplied with the iRange X, which is a rebranded Flysky transmitter. Sorry about that. But the thing is, the way this was set up, this was set for your aux channels, for your aux channel control, and all the other switches were turned off. So I had to go in there, both in the systems menu and the functions menu, to turn these off and turn these on so I could use them instead of dials. That's just wrong. You know, they have used dials as control for your aux channels. And I did also set up in Betaflight this for angle mode, this for horizon mode, and all the way down here for acro. And also I like to have an arm switch instead of using the throttle, so I set this to the arm positions. Anything else? The supplied wrenches. You get some wrenches for these lock nuts that just don't work with these lock nuts, so you better have your own tightening wrench for tightening up the propellers here, because the wrenches that came with this are just the wrong size for this particular system. The motor screws on the bottom, all of mine were loose, every one of them. I had to go in there and tighten these up, so you know, somebody gets this and takes off without checking these motor screws, you have a potential for losing a motor in mid-flight. In Betaflight, VBAT was turned off, so I didn't have any on-screen display of my battery power. So you had to go into Betaflight and turn VBAT on. You know, after you know, that would be a shock to get out in the field, and you go, darn it, no voltage input from this. And again, the hidden camera controls, they're underneath here. You have to remove the top, and that is a pain in the butt to remove the top of this and put it back on and get these panels all back in alignment. So you know, you might consider cutting holes or finding another way to attach your battery so that you can get access to the switches to control the video transmission. So that's it. Let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, first thing we're going to do is flying at line of sight here, just to see how it looks in flight up close. Okay, I'm arming it. Switch down. We're going to take off in angle mode, going up into the air. And showing it to you in angle mode here. Good looking quadcopter, I'll tell you. Real quick. Everybody wants to see the punch. Let's do the punch. Wow, extremely punchy. I wonder what this thing will do with a 5S battery. Let's try that again. Ready, set. Very punchy, folks. Bringing it back down. Okay, going up a little bit higher. Going into horizon. Right overhead. I shouldn't be doing this overhead. And bringing it back in. I should not do that overhead. Okay, let's go into acro. We're flying right now. And bringing it down. And we'll go right into acro. Okay, we are set up. We should be ready to go. Selecting acro, horizon acro, and we are armed. Going back into the air. Hope you enjoy this flight. Well, one thing right now, my camera is real fuzzy. I can fly it, but boy, is it fuzzy. And lots of lines. Lots of lines on this camera. But this is what it looks like out of the box. Probably need to tune that. I think these cameras can be adjusted. 15.5 volts right now. I'm doing good. But I'm going to try to fly it as well as I can with this camera, the way it is out of the box. Okay. Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. Let's take it up and try something. Okay, does that nicely. One up again. Does that nicely. It's just a camera, dang. Camera is really fuzzy. So I'm going to have to look this up and find out why it's fuzzy. But this is the way it looks out of the box, folks, just to let you know. Okay, I should point it up. I should have that camera pointed up higher so I can go a little bit faster, right? Oh, I had a drop out. And another drop out. Oh boy, I had a drop out. What's up with that? You see where it landed?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put it on beeper. Let's see if I can find a beeper. Point me in the direction, my love.
Just be straight.
I had a dropout, and I have no idea why I had a dropout. I don't think anybody else has had dropouts with these. But let's find out what happened there. I wasn't that far away. Three, two, one. Well, there it is. Buried in the ground. Came in, landed on its butt. Okay, I'm disarmed. Why did I have a dropout, folks? That is so strange. Looking at it, I don't see any damage. So it withstood that impact quite well, but that was scary. That happened. Oh, yeah, I do have damage on the Pagoda antenna. So we're going to call it quits right there. But, dang, folks, I never seen that happen that close. It was very close, and I lost control or lost the reception from this. So that's unusual. I'm not sure what happened. But I'm going to have to call it quits here. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This Quadcopter 101. Signing out. Good afternoon. It's later in the afternoon after that crash here. I took it home here and put it back together again. One good thing you get 5 full complete sets of propellers with this thing. So all of my propellers did have stress whitening, as you can see there on this one here. It's pretty obvious. So I replaced them all. In addition, the Pagoda antenna, as predicted, as thought, it doesn't withstand crashes very well. So I just replaced it with a standard, circular polarized antenna. And finally, I focused this lens. This lens, as it comes right out of the box, was way, way out of focus. I didn't notice that until I was in the air, unfortunately, in that first flight. And I took it home, and all you got to do is loosen up this outer ring here and then adjust it until you get the focus just right for your eyes. So it's ready to go. So let's take it up again. First off, I'm going to do a quick flight, angle mode flight, just to make sure everything is working on this, and then we'll go right into the acro. And got the transmitter on and binding it, powering it up, and that plug is all the way in. So that was not the problem, I don't think, last time. Arming it, and we're in angle mode. Let's send it up and see how it flies. It's a little bit breezier right now than this morning, so we're going to have a breeze effect, but yeah, it's flying fine. So I'll bring it back in for a landing. And the wind is coming from my backhoe, so let's land it right. Yeah, that's good enough. Putting it on the pad, disarming it, putting it on the pad, and we should be good to go. And we'll go right into the flight. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, we're ready to go. I gotta apologize, I'm not wearing tie-dye. Sorry about that, folks, but we're gonna go with it like it is now. And yes, it's much better video on this thing. Okay, selecting angle, or acro, and arming, and sending it up, and away we go. Still got scratchy lines on it though. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's bring it down the road past us. There we go. Coming around the other way. Past us again. And going up. And going up, and trying that, and trying that, and going around. And this time I'm not going behind the car. I don't know why I lost signal this morning. I was thinking it might have been because I went behind the car. But I had that drop out, and I could not explain why that happened. Okay, this thing has tons and tons of oomph, so let's... Amazing oomph on this thing. Yeah, this is going to be a hit like the X220. It just has a little bit of issues. When I'm sure that Eachine is going to iron these out as more and more of these are produced, but you know, initially the you know, when a new quadcopter comes out, it's always going to have bugs, and they get ironed out. But this is an awesome machine. Awesome, awesome machine. I like coming out here in the desert because you can play around like that out here. There's no problems. This is a good one. So this is, again, the Wizard X220S. What's my voltage? 15. So 4S, 3 times 4S is... Cool, 12. So when it gets down by 14, I'm going to call it quits here. I don't want to go behind the car. I'm trying to stay with... Okay, let's go close to the ground this time. Enough playing around. Let's try close to the ground flying. Like a racer. It's supposed to be a racer. So. But this one, you just want to do this with it, you know. I'm going behind the car. I don't want to do that. Okay. I got behind the car. I don't want to do that. So. Okay, I'm going to call quits here soon, folks. I've had my fill with it. And we're going to bring it in. Let me see if I can land this thing on the pad. Probably not. Close as I'm going to get with it. So that's the, I still got some more voltage, but I'm going to call it quit here. Because it's hot today, folks. I'm out in the desert, keep in mind. And I don't want to overheat it too much. But, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. That was a good flight of this little monster, X220S. Yeah, this is going to be a big hit. You know, it's got some growing pains on it with its early release and initial release here. But with that, I know this is going to be a hit. Again, you know, they are sending, what I hear is they're sending out full carbon fiber arms for this thing to take care of that. Because I guess somebody, I don't know who, I heard somebody cracked one of these arms. It still looks like it would be pretty hard to crack. Again, I did have a dropout. I'm not sure what the issue was. I had this tied up real close to the antenna. This time I moved the reception antenna, the receiver's antenna, a little bit further away from this antenna. Hopefully that fixed it. I didn't seem to have any problem at all there with the second flight. So, excellent flyer. Enjoyed it. So hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101 with the Wizard X220S, a reasonable upgrade to the Wizard 220. So hope you enjoyed the flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out.